Relax through your arms and legs. Flip your palms. And just start to take that breath a little deeper as you're relaxing here. Really filling up on your inhale, letting the ribs expand, feel the belly rise. And then that long exhale that you can hear in the back of the throat. That Darth Vader breathing starts to kick in. Okay, and let's start moving our fingers and toes a little bit, just some small movements. Becoming aware of your hands and your feet. Squeezing fists and scrunching up the bottoms of the feet and then spreading your fingers and splaying your toes. Let's do that a few times. So a squeeze in, scrunch your feet, and a big stretch open. Okay, let's take the thumbs across the palms, fingers go over thumbs. We'll start to pick our legs up and circle our wrists and ankles here. And big and slow and only moving wrists and ankles. And breathing, big full breath. Really just connecting to your body here. Send your circles around the other way. Let's put the feet flat down, knees are bent. Feel the sides of your mat underneath your feet. And then from here, begin that windshield wiper action through your hips. Always that option, maybe you just want to keep your hands on your low belly. Maybe you want to open those arms into your goalpost position for your shoulders. Whatever's best for you, but tuck your chin, reach the back of the neck into the floor here. And breathe. Okay, and then we're gonna pause as the legs drop over the right. Let's stay here. We'll pick up our right foot and we'll hook the outside of the left knee, draw the left knee down, and then sweep that left arm. Let's take it overhead along the floor. And then take a big, huge breath here as you try to drop this left knee down to the floor, internally rotating that left hip. And breathe and really reach that arm overhead. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So both thighs drop to the left. Now focus on this right hip, internally rotating, and this right arm taking a huge stretch over your head. Reach it long. Breathe in. Good work. And then let that go. Let's grab both our knees and squeeze the thighs into the belly. And then just rocking on the low back here, side to side, nice big rocks. Oh, I just cracked my spine so loud. It's amazing. Okay, shoot your legs up to the ceiling, and as these legs come to the ceiling, you can support, okay? You can hold the backs of your legs, but you're trying to push up through a heel and then the other leg. Keep alternating here. Let's really get into these hamstrings. Push through the heels so much that you even feel your calves. You're feeling the lower leg here with that big heel drive. Okay, and then as straight as you can, both legs are gonna reach up. Now just look at your feet. You're gonna point your toes to the ceiling and then pull your toes down so low you try to reach your toes with your fingertips. Let's try that a few times. Keep your head on the floor though. I'm not lifting up to get them. Okay, you're reaching through those arms. All right, now from here, let's wake our abdominals up. We'll bend the knees. We're gonna squeeze our right hand into our right thigh. So we're doing that exercise where we push together, and then the left arm and the left leg on the inhale, reach open, but don't touch the floor. And on the exhale, come back together. So we're doing this guy slowly for 5. Slowly for 5. All your control. Just the left side opening, don't touch the floor. Exhale. Keep pushing your right side as hard as you can together. more time. Okay, and immediately go into your left side, push it together, extend and open the right arm and leg. Exhale back together for 5, slowly. And breathe. Keep pulling in the belly button and reaching that low back down to the floor as well. You have one more. Push your left side together harder. Beautiful. Take your feet down. We're gonna lift our bridge. I want the bridge to be with our feet further away from us though. So I'm not feeling my heels here. I'm gonna step my feet down my mat a little, tuck the shoulder blades underneath the back, press into the arms and drive those hips up. You got it. Your feet are still about hip width apart. It's just that the feet are way down the mat. And now as we hold this position, can you tuck your bum under and squeeze the glutes more? And now start to lift up your toes and your forefoot. Keep your heels down and pump this. So I'm going to lift the foot 10 times. As soon as the forefoot taps down, boom, you lift it right back up, but keep your hips high. And let's keep going here. I think I'm at about 5, 6, 7, 8, get those toes up, 9, one more time, and then lower your butt down. Nice work, everybody. We can rock and roll the spine, or you can lie on your side to sit up. Your choice. And we're coming over, coming right onto hands and knees. You got it. Line your knees under your hips, line your hands under your shoulders. When you're ready, cat-cow your spine. Take your breath in and arch, look up. Take your exhale and tuck it all under tailbone and shin. Stay with this here, move with your own breath. Maybe close your eyes. Full inhale on that arch. Full exhale, round it out. Next time that you get into this rounded back, stay in the rounded back position and then see if you can sit back on your heels and rock right back into table. So we are going to rock it out in rounded back a few times here. Push through your low back as you press back to child's pose. Okay, the next time that you press back to child's pose, stay here, press your hands further forward, sink in, drop your head, take some big deep breaths. If you want to, you can walk your hands closer together, bending your elbows and bringing your palms together. I'm gonna drop my thumbs behind my neck here, drive those elbows into the floor, feel the triceps and the lats. Okay, and then extending through those arms. Come on back to table. As you come back to table, your left arm is gonna open out and up. So take a big inhale. See if you can look to that left thumb all the way up and then just float the arm down. Repeat 2 more of those, left side. Breathe in, look out and up. Exhale down. Good, one more time, out and up. Good, and as my left arm comes down here, I'm actually gonna internally rotate it, bend the elbow, and tuck the hand in the lower back. Like I'm trying to press that left shoulder blade back. And now extend your right leg behind you, balancing here. We're gonna repeat right leg drive. So the right knee comes back under, and then you kick back through that right leg, nice and strong in the glute. Give me a few of these. Driving it back. Good, breathing. And then maybe one more, push through the heel. Good, take that right knee down, take your left arm down. If you need to shake that out a little bit, do that. Now our right side. So that right arm is gonna go out and up when you're ready, take your time. Maybe you can look to it. Big inhale as it's coming up, big exhale as it comes down. You're not rushing this. Big breath in. Maybe hold up here. Especially if this side feels a little tighter than your other side. Maybe hold it there a little longer. And on the way down, internally rotate this right arm, bend your elbow. Can you get that hand in the lower back? Press that right shoulder blade back. Start to kick through the left heel. Bring that left leg back. You got it. And now nice and slowly, we're just repeating this left leg drive. All the way back, drive through your heel, squeeze your glute. Breathe. You're stretching that right shoulder still. Waking up that left glute. Good, my counting is really off tonight. Let's just do one more. Okay, and then take that leg down, drop that right arm. If you need to shake it out, okay? Sitting back either on your shins or kneeling, whatever's best for your knees, your ankles. Interlace your fingers and just give your wrists a little roll out here. Whatever position you're in is perfect, kneeling or sitting on those shins. We're gonna push through our palms. We're gonna sweep right over the top of the head. You've got it. And then maybe just open your ribs from side to side. That just feels nice. Okay, we're ready for a downward dog. Let's spread those hands, set up, and take all your focus now to your feet, your ankles, your calves, your hamstrings. You are pedaling out this downward dog and moving it around. Okay. Reaching one heel down as you bend the other knee and switching. Keep looking right through the feet here. Start to walk your feet a little bit wider apart. Okay, and then we're going to try to reach both heels towards the floor at the same time. And as we do this, we lift the sitting bones, the butt bones, higher up to the ceiling. And I also want you to push your weight to the outer sides of your feet and see if you can pick up your arches, your medial arches, as you do this. And then you take that big inhale, you're gonna look right up through your thumbs, and as you exhale, let's try to move ourselves forward and step forward behind the hands. Get as close to those hands as you can, and when you arrive, take half back position. So slide part way up the legs, lengthen out your back, lift your tailbone, stick out your chest. Exhale, fold back in, tuck your chin, squeeze into those legs. And then let's take a big inhale, we're gonna come all the way up, reach the arms up. And exhale, take those hands down. Good, as you take your hands down, interlace those fingers again, get the wrists a little roll out. Let's push through our palms, sweep right back over the head, as high up as you can. With soft knees, open the ribs from side to side, really lean over from side to side. You got it, you're trying to lock out those arms nice and straight as you reach over your head. Okay, and then we'll just let the arms come down, nice and loosey-goosey. If you're not at the top of the mat, take a step to the top of the mat. And then line your ankles up underneath your hips. Let's just do some hip rotations. And you can put your hands on your hip bones to really focus on this. But as you are twisting your hips from side to side, let's roll on the inside and the outside edge of the feet. And every time that you turn your hips the other way, your feet switch. Okay, so you're connecting your hip rotations to your internal and your external hip and foot reaction. The connection is clear here. Now we're going to do this, but we're going to keep all 10 toes on the ground. Push the 10 toes down. As I rotate my hips, I'm just going to flatten one arch and lift the other arch. And I'm keeping the toes on the floor. So do this from side to side. Watch it switch in your feet. We need to flatten one arch and lift the other arch. If you're turning to the right, your right arch should be lifted. If you're turning to the left, your left arch should be lifted. Okay, and this is how you know if things are mobilizing in the hips and in the feet accordingly. Nice, now get ready, you're gonna balance on one leg. So you're splaying open your right foot and you're gonna start to float your left knee out in front. And if this is very challenging, maybe taking those arms out to the side helps. Lock your gaze anywhere, something that's not moving, and do whatever you need to do here with your arms. We're gonna try to rotate, so my right hand will hold the outside of my left knee, and my left arm's gonna start to reach back behind. You can keep your eyes locked on one spot, or you can try to turn your head and look backwards behind you. Breathing steady. Now, as we turn forward, you have an option here. Do you want to interlace your hands and hold under this left thigh as you start to work your kick out? Or do you want to take your left peace fingers inside? I'm going to take my left arm inside my knee, hook my big toe, try to stand tall, and then see if I can kick this left leg straight out in front. Standing leg is nice and straight. You got it. And whatever variation you're doing, we're going to see if we can let go of our leg now, take our arms back out to the side, and can we keep that leg there? Swing the leg all the way through behind you to high lunge. So land on the ball of your left foot way back here. Put your hands on your hips. Let's rock the pelvis. So you're going to see if you can tuck your bum under, tuck the tail. You got it. And then send up the arms. And if this feels tight in your body, stay here. And if you want a deeper stretch, bend your left elbow, grab it, and tip to the right. But keep your tail tucked under, left glute squeezing. Nice job, everybody. Okay, as we come up from here, we'll press our palms together. We're gonna send our left foot back just a little further. I want you to twist and rotate. Your left elbow will come to the outside of your right knee, and you're gonna slowly turn your head. Maybe try to look over that right shoulder. We are in a nice low lunge twist. You're pressing that left elbow into the right knee. I'm feeling the outside of my right hip, my right IT band. And now as we undo our twist, this is where we look at our standing split, and this is where blocks is really nice, because I'm gonna ask you to try to float this left leg up. Now you might take it to here, or maybe you can look right to the shin. I'm looking at my right shin, and I'm gonna try to squeeze my face in a little closer as I try to bring my left leg up a little higher. Standing splits, very tricky pose. Breathe. You can even hold your right hand behind your right calf and try to draw in a little closer here. Okay, and then as we come out of this, our left foot just starts to come down. You're in a forward fold here, and I want you to stay in your forward fold and step straight back to a plank. Nice work. We're gonna lower our knees down, slowly drop that chest down to the floor. Let's stack our hands here and rest our forehead on our hands. We'll bend the knees, and we're just gonna sway the shins from side to side. Calm your system down, breathe and relax. If this feels really nice in your lower back and you want to stay with this, please do. If growing cobras is okay in your back, then let's move to our cobras. So we'll kick those legs out nice and straight, put the tops of the feet down on the floor, pull the hands back, and start to lift your cobra, but start small with it. Your inhale lifts you up, and your exhale brings you down. Okay, as you lift up, actively pull your shoulder blades down your back. Let's not shrug into the ears. Take your time. If it feels good to shoulder check with your cobras, let's look to the left on the next one. So on the inhale, I'm gonna lift up, and I'm just gonna turn and look back over my left shoulder, noticing if I can see my feet here, and then exhale down. Good. And big breath in. Maybe you're gonna turn and look over the right shoulder now. Pause. Good job. And whatever it is you're doing here on the floor, let's make our way back to a downward dog. Lift your hips, look through your feet, and pause. Okay, and always that option to move a little bit in your downward dog if that feels good. You can keep huddling it out, or we can take a leg through here tonight for a variation. So I'm gonna send my right leg through, and I'm gonna land the outside of my foot on the floor. And for me, I really feel that in the right IT band. And if that felt good, try sending your left leg through. So now I'm going to send that leg through, land on the outside of the left foot. Hold. And then I'm going to take that left leg back. Take a nice big inhale. We're going to look right up through our thumbs, and as we exhale, let's move forward and step forward. Try to come right up behind those hands. When we get here, we lift to half back position. So inhale, lift, and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in and tuck the chin. Big inhale, send it all the way up. You're going to reach up. Nice job. And then as our hands come together, we're going to do that again. We're going to interlace our fingers, press out our palms, and reach right back up again. Soften your knees. Let's open the ribs a little bit more here. Work on that straight arm over your head. You got it. Okay, and then just let the arms drop down, nice and loose, and swing them around a little bit. If you're not at the top of your mat, take a step there. Let's splay our left foot this time, and you're going to start to balance. So the first thing we look like is the Karate Kid with the right leg coming up here. You locked your gaze, picked where the arms want to go today. Kind of taking a little assessment here of yourself. How do I feel? Maybe this is enough challenge for tonight. Please stay here if it's wobbly. If you can rotate, then that left hand holds the outside of the right knee, and we start to twist. Always the option to keep the eyes on one spot or to turn the head and look behind you. Okay, now as we turn back to the front here, we're going to see if we can hold under our leg, and we're going to try to work on. Can I straighten my right thigh here? Okay, if you want, your right peace fingers and your arm comes inside the knee. We hook the big toe, try to stand tall, and then work on, can we press the leg up? And you're breathing. Standing leg is nice and straight, but not hyperextended. I'm not super locked. And then the big test, everybody. What happens when you let go of that leg? Can you hold strong? Beautiful. Send the leg all the way back through, or come in a high lunge. You're on the ball of the back foot now, with your hands on your hips. Can you rock your pelvis? Can we tuck under? Squeeze the glutes a little bit and send it up. Option to stay right here. Or bend your right elbow now. Grab that right elbow and lean over to the left if you want to deepen it. Good, and then as we come out of here, we go hands together. We take our back foot back a bit further, and we get ready to rotate. I'm taking my right elbow to the outside of my left knee, pressing those palms together, and then trying to turn my head and look over my left shoulder a little bit. Breathe and feel that twist. Can you get a stretch sensation on the outside of this left hip? Okay, and as we undo our twist, we're thinking about that standing split now. I'm grabbing my blocks. I'm going to pop my back foot in a little closer and prepare to lift that back leg. Maybe you want to bring it up just a smidge. Or maybe you're going to really look at this left shin, hold behind the left calf with your left hand as you try to get that right leg up towards the ceiling and bring yourself in a little closer to your left leg. You decide. Hold and breathe. Okay, and now that leg's going to come down. We're all in a forward fold, and now we step all the way back to a plank. Nice work, everybody. From plank on your hands, can you drop into the elbows? Now we're plank on elbows. Always the option to take your knees, okay, or stay here with me on the toes. And we're not going to be here for very long, but we're just going to get strong. We're going to feel some strength. We're going to be strong. We're going to breathe. We can do this, and before we come out, we're going to think about pull your elbows back, pull your toes forward, feel the deep squeeze, and then let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. That's intense. Lower down, stay in your Sphinx. meaning you're up on your elbows. You can walk your elbows forward just a little bit if you need to come out of that back bend. And then you're gonna cross your forearms, and we're gonna tuck the chin, and we're gonna start to play with the circles in the neck. So I'm just gonna roll my head from side to side here, dropping my left ear to my left shoulder, and then rolling my head to the other side. Close your eyes, try to let go and relax here. Nice work. That was hard work. Okay, letting your head come center, bringing your chin up. Kick this right arm straight out, and then let's come onto sideline position. So you're gonna lie on your right side. You're gonna bend that right knee enough that it comes to here and stabilizes you. And then you're gonna check in, can my right palm push down? Can I put my head on my arm? I'm gonna put my hand on my left glute as I start to add a left leg raise up and down here at my side. I'm gonna lead with the heel, point the toes down, and I'm gonna make sure that the leg is back a little bit, like I'm pressing my left leg back to the wall behind me so that I feel my glute more. Now you can stick with this, or you're gonna add your quad stretch. So you're gonna bend your knee, reach for that foot, and hold a quad stretch instead if you want to. Or you stick with those leg raises and get strong in your glutes. Your choice. Okay, and whatever it is that you chose to do, I'm gonna let go of my left foot here. We're gonna roll on our tummy, and then as soon as we're on the stomach, I want your left leg to come out into frog, half frog. Okay, so we're not done with this left leg yet. And then while we're here, you're gonna notice, is there a gap between my thigh and the floor? And if I tuck my tail under a little bit and push my left knee into the ground, can I feel a beautiful stretch there? I'm propped up on my elbows. If that feels like too much of a back bend, you know that you could be back down here. You can stay here if it's a pretty deep stretch in that inner thigh, or look over your shoulder and give me 5 internal hip rotations. Okay, and if you're doing these hip rotations, your ankle, your shin is lifting. You're trying to activate some muscles in the hip. You're breathing. Nice job. Okay, and then once you've done about 5, you'll tuck that left leg in, and you're gonna set all that up on the other side. And we're starting with our left arm reaching forward here. Drop your armpit, lie on your side. Bend your left knee for stability. Maybe take your right hand to your hip. Begin these right leg raises. But get that right leg back behind you as you do this. Touch the big toe to the ground. Lead with the heel. This is where you have your choice. Do I want to stick with this? Or am I going to bend my knee now and grab this right foot, working my heel towards my glute, and feeling that thigh stretch? Good. And is your left palm still able to push down into the floor? So much to think about. When we let go of the leg, we're coming on our bellies, and we're taking right leg out to half frog. You can prop back up on your elbows if you want. Notice the gap between your thigh and the floor. Tuck your tail a little bit, push that right knee down. Option to stay right here and breathe. Or if you're ready, pick up that shin. Keep the knee pushing down, lift just the shin, and do about 5. Okay. If you want to lie down, drop your head, close your eyes. Listen to your body. Awesome work. And then tuck in that leg. Nice job, everyone. Nice long legs behind us, and then send those arms back nice and long. So we're gonna lift our locust pose, which is to fire up the whole back body. The chest and the legs lift, and so do the arms. Okay, you can tuck your chin so the back of the neck is long. You just hold here, super strong, and breathe. If you want to bend your knees, we are stretched for this. You could go for bow as you try to catch your feet or your ankles. Option 2, kick up or kick back and use the strength of your legs to lift and open your chest. Whatever it is you're doing, we are all lifted, we're all working, we're all breathing. Big full breath. Let's stay here for another full breath cycle. Big, big inhale. And then exhale and drop down. Amazing. As you drop down, just turn your head one way and let's do that ear check. So can you push one ear flat down? Close the eyes. And then can you push your other ear flat down? Turn your head, close your eyes, take a big breath. Okay, we're gonna put that head back straight. We'll drag the backs of the hands along our sides, rolling right over the knuckles and peeling yourself off of the floor. Taking your knees together, let's ground our back in a child's pose here. Giving yourself a moment. And then as we come up from child's pose, I'm going to give the option to come to low squat or stay in table, stretching your feet and your wrists. So we'll start with feet and wrist stretching. We're going to curl those toes under and we're going to try to send our hands back here. We're going to rock our weight forward and back. So you're feeling feet and toes and wrists as you rock back, releasing as you come forward. If you want to try to squat through and your knees are okay with this, go wider with your knees and then push through, roll through the feet and find yourself in low squat. Okay, and if that felt nice to move through it, do that a few times. So everyone do what feels good and what feels safe in your body right now. And we're doing a few different things tonight. If we wanted to add one more pose that we do not do often, we could also add a crow pose here, crane. So as I press back to squat, if you're up for a little arm balance, you haven't done it in a while, it feels safe in your body, then you can take your knees into your armpits or onto the backs of your arms, and then lean forward and see if maybe a little crow is in your practice still. Definitely haven't done this guy in a real long time. It's kind of fun to come to it from squat and then back to squat. Oh yeah, I got some takers on the screen. Be safe. And whatever it is you've been playing with, we're gonna find our way seated. Okay, if you can find the floor from your squat, that's pretty cool. And then we're gonna kick those legs straight out in front. Nice job, everyone. Take a moment on the backs of your hands, especially if you did do that little arm balance. It's nice to press the backs or the tops of the hands down onto the ground. We'll pull our toes back towards our face, and we'll take that big reach to the sky. Let's grab for opposite elbows. See if we can pull our upper arms back. Hug your stomach muscles in as you're doing this. And then big exhale, come right over your legs, extending, reaching, just seeing where your hands fall. And then relaxing the back. You got it. Relax your head and breathe. Nice. And then as you sit up tall, you're gonna kick this left leg wide off the side of the mat, as wide as you can, and we'll bring our right foot into that left inner thigh. You got it. We're gonna sit up nice and tall here and we're gonna twist to the right. So your right hand will go behind you and your left hand will hold your right knee. Look for length in your spine and tuck in your chin. And then from here, start to rotate and turn backwards. Breathing. Now you can stay here and twist, or you could take a back bend with me here. I'm gonna push my left heel into the ground and my right knee, my right hand pushes into the ground, and then my left arm reaches up and back over the head as I look up towards the ceiling. Just an optional little stretch. If you took it, come on back down. Nice job. And then we're all turning to face our left leg. We're gonna extend over that left leg, either with a long spine or with a rounded back, allowing the forehead to drop down. Your choice. Nice, and then as we sit up from here, I want your left leg to come behind you. And this is a real easy way for us to land our seated 90-90s. So I changed the angle of my right knee here, so my shin now is facing straight. It's running parallel with the end of my mat. And my back leg is also set up at a 90-degree angle at the knee. Let's come over our front leg here and just try to feel that you're in your right hip. I hope that you are feeling your right hip. Good, and we're gonna play with our 3 reaches. So if I was to take my left arm and reach it diagonally over my right knee here, experience a lovely stretch in this right hip. Okay, and now this left arm is going to reach up and it's going to go straight. So I'm reaching straight forward. Okay, and the left arm comes up again, and we're going to stretch diagonally over the ankle, this right ankle. And you're imagining that your head is going to drop down to your foot, like you're going to put your head on your right foot. Okay, let's sit up. Let's sit up nice and tall and drop weight into our left hip and see if we can drop our left sitting bone towards the ground. Notice my right knee comes up as I do that. So I'm heavy in this left hip now. I'm relaxing and breathing. You can stay with this if this is very tight. You want to support yourself, take your hands back. If there's space to twist backwards, take your right hand to the back of your left thigh. Sit tall and see if you can turn over and look back over that left shoulder. Good, and then just to test your strength, take your hands together here, just kind of holding my left fist. Can you pick up your left leg, sweep it forward, sweep it back, and don't touch the floor? Just a few times. Does that work? Or does your body freak out and have a big cramp? Good work. We'll leave it at that. Nice work, everybody. Let's do all that on the other side. That right leg is kicking off real wide. This left foot is now coming in. The first thing we're going to do here is twist to the left. So the left hand comes back, right hand holds left knee. You look for length in your spine, tuck in your chin, and look back over your left shoulder. Hold and breathe here. Feel that through your rib cage. And you have this choice. Do I want to stay here and seated twist, or do I want to play with a little back bend? I'm going to push my left hand down and my left knee down and my right heel, and I'm going to sweep my right arm all the way back and reach back and arch back. Lift those hips up high. You got it. Nice. And come on down. As soon as we come down, we turn and we face our right leg, nice and straight. And we get into a hamstring stretch here. You can lean forward straight back, or maybe you're gonna hug your abs in and round your back. Your choice. Relax and breathe. Okay, as we sit up from here, we're going to look at seated 90-90. So our right leg swings back. Okay, and then this left leg changes slightly. And you ask yourself, do I have a 90-degree angle at my left knee and at my right knee? We're going to be facing left, and we're going to come over left shin. You're going to try to just connect to the hip, the left hip. And once we're here, we're settled in, we're going to play with our right arm reaching up, coming diagonally over our left knee first. Pause here. Drop your head, breathe. Okay, right arm comes up. We reach center, reach right forward and pause. Okay, and then one more time. Right arm reaches and we're going diagonal over the foot. Okay, can your head drop down towards your left arch here? And breathe. Come on, that's a good stretch. Okay, we sit up and we put all our attention in this back leg now. Let's get heavy in the back hip. Start to drop your right butt down. Watch that your left knee will pick up as you do that. You can hang out here, you can support yourself here. You could twist here. My left hand is going to reach for the back of my right thigh, and I'm going to look back over my right shoulder now. Breathe. And whatever it is you're choosing to do here, we're going to check out our strength. So can you put your hands together, pick up your right leg, swing it forward, swing it backwards. Don't touch the floor. Let's try to do that 2 or 3 times. I'm sorry if you cramp, but that means you really need to work on this. And that is done. Holy moly, that was fun. Our legs are out in front. We'll get to the floor strong. Let's take a little boat pose. Okay, so you're up tall. You could start your boat pose here. You could hold for support. And you could let go. You could straighten. We've got a little bit of a peace finger hold theme happening here. So maybe you want to do that again. Hook your big toes. And draw yourself in and balance and breathe. And go to your low boat with all your control. Let's find it. We're here, we're here, we're here. We drop down to full body stretch. Nice work, everybody. In this full body stretch, just use the floor and try to squish yourself into it. Arms straight, backs of hands. Tuck in the chin, reach the toes down, and then let's take those ribs down. Just hold and breathe. Okay, grab your knees and give yourself a big hug. I'm squeezing both thighs in nice and tight, and then we're gonna prepare to drop our legs over to the left, stacked, knees bent. And let's take our arms out to the letter T here, so out to the side. Turn your head and look to your right arm if your legs are dropped here to the left. If this feels like a big deep twist in your body, just stay with it. If you want to work and get into the hips here, you can straighten the top leg and you could do a little bit of leg lift up and down if you want to, just optional. I love this little straight leg lift again. And I like to use my hand, my left hand, to resist the leg lifting. Gets into a really weak spot in my body, and it adds to the twist for me. So just take that as an option. Okay, let's do it on the other side now. Bring the legs in and over to the right. Sweep those arms out and look to your left. Pause and settle in here, see if that left shoulder blade will drop down. And if you want to add some leg lifts, we kick our top leg, our left leg out straight, and we try to bring it up and down a little bit. You got it, and maybe your right hand is resisting the leg lift, adding some extra work, your choice. Okay, beautiful. As we come back onto our back, I'm going to take it right into happy baby. So I'm going to reach down towards the ankles, okay, the feet, and then just rock that out a little bit from side to side. Now, if there's any finishing postures you love taking that feel good and safe in your body, you go right ahead. And if happy baby If it's fun to take this into bow and arrow, then bend your left knee and try to kick your right leg out straight. And then see if you can do that on the other side. Bend your right knee and try to kick that left leg out straight. Nice job, everybody. We're gonna find ourselves back in Savasana, or any position that feels nice for you to settle in, and if that means you want to keep your knees bent or be in a bound ankle, you go right ahead and do that. I'm going to kick it out where we started 45 minutes ago in Savasana. Settle the body. Try to make sure you're not holding on to any tension. Maybe roll your head a little bit from side to side. And then we're just going to give ourselves a minute here to do nothing at all but breathe. And to see how the body feels after all of that. And then notice your breathing. Are you able to breathe deeper and slower? Are you able to lie here without fidgeting and without moving? Please stay here for as long as you can today.